Hey guys, welcome to the start of our Cape York adventure. For those who aren't following our Instagram, I'm Nick.
And I'm Sarah.
And we've got Roscoe and Luna asleep in the back. We're currently sitting at Lakeland Roadhouse. We're about to head into Laura, and that's where our adventure will begin. Stick around and follow along. All right, we've just pulled up at Laura River.
We getting the dogs?
Yeah. We'll get... And she's just jumped out, still attached.
Wait.
Gonna check out if we can get into here and camp for the night before we move on. There are options to camp at the pub, I think, and there might be another campsite around here too. I haven't really looked that far into it, but we'll check this place out and go from there. Not a lot of water in the river at the moment.
I reckon they would just camp along here.
Just along in here. Yeah, it does look like a good little spot. See if we can get the van in over here somewhere. That, or I'd just have to reverse out.
Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to do that now. Any crocodiles?
Scared the shit out of me. Yeah, and this is a free dog friendly camp too for anyone who is coming up this way. Absolute cracker spot. Laura Creek, Laura River, whatever you want to call it. But I would say we are probably in for a bit of rain, which isn't real good, but we've been on the road for two months now roughly, and we've definitely had more than our fair share of rain. Getting a little spa treatment before she gets too wild out in the bush.
Oh my god.
The wind is starting to get up, but that's just time for a beer. We'll stay here the night and then duck out to the old Laura homestead tomorrow, and then keep making our way up the PDR. We'll hit some corrugations and some dirt roads. At day 2, we're heading to Laura homestead and then going to make our way further up the PDR. Going to tape up some vents for some dust suppression. Hopefully keeps it out a little bit, but see how we go. We'll see you there.
We just arrived to the old Laura homestead. We were just chatting to an older couple that stayed here overnight. But yeah, let's check it out. What did you say this was?
Like a homestead that everyone worked at. I think it might be over there. This little sort of horse stable that apparently all the Aboriginal people used to sleep in.
True. Kind of smells a bit musty.
photos of how it used to look.
Stations hand accommodation. So these are the stables, are they?
I think so. I actually think this is where the old stable hands used to stay.
Oh yeah, they look like they've got some sort of bunk bed in there.
Yeah, bunk set up in there. Have a look at this other little hut.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is
Like sleeping quarters.
this is where they would have slept. They obviously didn't get a lot of room back in the day. You would probably find there would have been multiple people in one cabin hut.
Hut. I think there's an opening at the back. Is it? Oh yeah.
Just picture yourself back in the day and that's all you've got.
The whole
live
room
in.
you got, yeah. An old car just sitting out in the paddock. So these signs just say that this homestead predates 1882 and that these buildings were built from 1892. And then just some info about both the blacksmith shed and the station's hand accommodation. What have you got over there, Doc?
This one says here, the ground floor of this was actually remodeled in the 1940s, and all the timber that was used is pit sawn from local leachart trees, and which identify as Cooktown ironwood.
Cooktown Ironwood. So this is the homestead itself. So heading out just to the right of the homestead. Well, I don't know. What do you reckon this is?
I wonder if they had some sort of grain or water storage or something underneath this.
Well, yeah, because there's... Oh no, that's just a brace.
There's a well by the looks. An old school well that still has water in it.
Don't want to drop my phone. Looks like another one.
Don't drop coins down this one. I don't think it's a wishing well. And there it is, the old Laura homestead. It's only about half an hour from the Laura township itself, and as Sarah said earlier, you can camp here at the campground. This campground isn't dog friendly. This isn't a national park, but dogs have to stay at home, and I'm not sure on the price of the Laura homestead campground, but you'd be able to find that on WikiCamp.
We've just finished at the old Laura homestead and now we're going to make our way up to the Han River Roadhouse.
Alright, we've just reached the start of the corrugations and dirt road, so we're going to drop some air out of the tyres, make it a bit more comfortable, and we're only about 10 minutes away from Han River Roadhouse. We'll stop and get some fuel and then carry on to Musgrave and stay the night there. We're going to drop down to about 25 in the rear because we've got a lot of weight on the back, and we might go 20 psi in the front and see how that goes. Han River Roadhouse. Put fuel in, $250. It's $2.35 a litre for unleaded. They claim it's 95, but I don't know how accurate that would be. But plenty of room here for big rigs, trucks and whatnot. There's a little petting zoo here with a little Shetland pony looking thing. We'll go over and have a look at that, but dogs aren't allowed past that point, so we'll put them back in the car and check it out. Roadhouse just pulled up. $15 per adult per night, so that's $30 for the both of us. There's plenty of room. A few vans in storage here, but the dust has gotten in. Our little seal we put in hasn't done a full job. It's done a lot better than what it was there with no seal, but still a bit of dust in there. We've got red dirt absolutely everywhere. Van didn't get overly dusty on the inside, which is good. We've got, I don't know if you can see, but get a little bit of dust in under the wheel arch on both sides. They have been double sealed, but still gets in. We've been chilling here for a few hours, had a couple of beers. Musgrave Roadhouse do a croc feeding at the dam they've got over the back here at 5 o'clock. We weren't sure if they were going to do it because the manager wasn't here, but we've just seen some people walking over, so we might go check that out and hopefully see some croc feeding. How good was that? If you're doing a Cape York trip, make sure you stay at Musgrave Roadhouse and definitely wait till 5 o'clock in the afternoon and go see the croc feeding. I was kind of worried that we weren't going to get to see it with the manager not being here, but he just rocked up and we made it in time to see him feed some crocs, which was good. We got up early this morning. Roscoe got us up at 5 o'clock, which wasn't ideal, but we've made it to Cohen. The road was pretty average. The corrugations up here will rattle your false teeth out. There were some nice spots, and it's probably, I'd probably say 50%, maybe even 40% bitumen. They are doing a lot of road works up here too, so they are, I don't know if it's the end of season, they're regrading the roads or they're getting ready to continue on with the bitumen. Cohen's probably the biggest stop you'll see on the way. We've got fuel, mechanics, police, a few bits and pieces here. Cool looking outback pub just across the road called the Sex Change.
We're just in the car leaving, where are we? Cohen. We're going to make our way up to the Archer River Roadhouse. We'll stop and have some lunch, maybe even a swim. We might stay there, or depending on what time it is, we might head up to Bramwell, is it station? Or
Bramwell Roadhouse.
Bramwell Roadhouse. We've just put up for some fuel at the Archer Roadhouse. There's a bit of road works going on here. But we'll go over and have a look. I think we'll just fuel up here and maybe just keep going. There is a sign here that says that the dogs aren't allowed out of the car. So I'm not sure if that means that we can't camp here with the dogs. I'm not too sure, but we'll go in and have a look once we pay for the fuel.
So with all the roadworks and stuff at Archer, and we don't really want to stay here, I don't think we can get down to the creek for a swim or a fish. So we're just going to keep trekking on to Bramwell Roadhouse, and we'll see how we go when we get there. Might stop and have some lunch, and we might even go a bit further if we want to, but we'll see how we go, I guess. I'd be pretty keen to put a line in the water and see if I can catch a barra, but get there.
Haven't really had much luck, have we?
No, and all the creeks up until here have been very dry, minimal water. I have just our drone. Hopefully it's fine. Somewhere over here in the bush. Looks like Snake City. Where on earth is it? Got him. Doesn't appear to be any damage. But I suppose we'll have to see if it turns on and flies fine. All the propellers and everything look okay.
It's a bit dusty.
Yeah, a bit dusty. But this is the second time I've crashed this drone. But luckily it hasn't broken. But we'll do a little test flight and see how we go. It's not broken.
Seems to be working okay, which is pretty good because...
That's what happens when you have it in sport mode, when you're trying to keep up with the car.
Yeah, too fast, you reckon? We were driving and then you just see it just flung straight into a tree. Yeah, thank God it's not broken. You say hello, Roski? You say hello? Moment of truth, whether he breaks something or not. Oh yeah, you're good. I should have put my Crocs in sport mode for that. I got a little slippery.
We've just done a little bit of the old telly track to get into Palm Creek. The tracks are a bit tight and a few ruts, but it wasn't too bad. But we're just walking above Palm Creek now, and holy shit.
Surely he didn't take his card. That's worse than Gunshot, surely.
Yeah, apparently Palm Creek is worse than Gunshot at the moment. And wow, if you can get any worse than this, there's no way in the world I would want to do it. Holy dooly. The camera probably doesn't do it any justice, but...
You want to send the ram downer?
That's probably 5 meters, almost vertically down. That is ridiculous.
That's tight too.
Yeah, tight. Yeah, this is definitely a car killer for sure. It is an actual wall. Getting a bit boggy here. But yeah, it is bloody deep, boggy. This is down in Palm Creek. I would estimate that water's probably over 1 metre deep, and your only options to get out really is that huge thing or that huge exit there. The telly track is absolutely wild, and this is only the beginning. This is your first obstacle. Send the ram down or what, babe?
Can you drop me off first?
I think we'd be claiming insurance very quick if we tried to go down this.
I don't even think insurance would cover it.
Yeah, we probably wouldn't even get covered by insurance, to be honest. Whoop. Very slippery and steep down here. Couldn't see from that top angle, but you'd be lucky to get through that. You'd be winching a fair bit through here, I'd imagine. Palm Creek claiming rights. I don't know.
Graveyard?
Yeah, graveyard. They would have been fished out of the creek and hung up in the tree. What does that tell you?
We've just stopped in at the Bramwell Junction Roadhouse. We're gonna get some fuel. We'll go in and buy a sticker, and then we're gonna head back to the Bramwell Junction station where we're staying. We were meant to stay at the Roadhouse tonight, but we took a turn too early and ended up at the station, which is fine. I think the station was $17 per person a night, so I think it cost roughly about $35 just for the one night. They have toilets and showers, which looked to be pretty good. And yeah, we'll head up to happy hour, I think, which was from 5:30. We'll have a bev. And then yeah, tomorrow we'll head up to Jardine, I think, and go from there.
We're at the Elliott and Fruitbat Falls campground and turn off. We've just ditched the van on the side of the road so we can go in for a bit of a swim.
Oh, towels.
Oh yeah, we need towels. The campground over there, it's only little. It is a national park, so you can't have dogs in there. You can't take your dogs to Elliott or Fruitbat Falls either, so you'll have to leave them in your van, but only if you've got the facilities to do it. We've got 600 amps of batteries and plenty of solar, so we've got the air conditioner on for the dogs with their water and food and everything inside, so they'll just curl up in their beds and have a bit of a sleep while we go for a swim and check this place out.
We just found the right track to the falls, and look at this, what a vibe. We've just had a bit of a swim at Fruitbat Falls. Water temp is divine. Definitely recommend if you're coming up this way. It's beautiful. The floor is a little rocky but sandy and crystal clear. But yeah, definitely on the bucket list, that's for sure. We've just put up at the Jardine River Ferry. We were trying to stop in at Elliot Falls, but there was no clear signage for us to know where to go. Obviously we didn't have any service, the maps weren't loading, but we'll try and stop in on the way home. Nick's just gone in to pay for the ferry. We did try and stop and get fuel, but they don't have any petrol in their tanks, so that's alright. We'll have to obviously wait until we cross the ferry. I think from here we're going to go and stay at Mute Head for a couple of days. But yeah, once he gets back we'll talk over the plan now.
There it is, Jardine Ferry. That's what?
Surely they're one car at a time.
Yeah, I'm not sure. 30 metres long. They sure make their money's worth, but gotta do what you gotta do, I guess.
We've just crossed the Jardine River Ferry. We're on our way to Mute Head now. There's this bridge that would definitely be way too heavy for, and there's a little track that comes off, which is a river crossing. That, yeah, we're gonna try and cross through. Hopefully there's no crocodiles. Yeah.
Two hours later.
We're out, but I don't like the chances of finding those max tracks now. Yeah. There's one. She's seen better days.
That, not a good time. A little bit more dust in here now. There's actually a fair bit, but we have an issue. Microwave. Brilliant. Well, looks like I've got some repairs before I have a beer.
So we're just going for a little wander down to the beach, but Nick has just fixed the microwave. We think it might just be a temporary fix until we can get back into a bit of a bigger town with a hardware store that we can get some better screws. But it's fixed, so that's good. Yeah, so we're at Allow Beach Campground, which is, it's quite beautiful actually. There's a swimming pool here. They've got toilets and showers and a washing machine. I think it was $140 for the 3 nights on Powered, which isn't too bad. So yeah, I think we're gonna end the video here and then we'll catch you in our next one.